Hi, kiddo. How was your day? Well, I mean, every day is gonna have a little of this and a little of that. So, if we start from the bottom, then what what would be the down part of the ups and downs? Mm-hmm. Oh, and then yeah, I could see how that would be a downer for sure. Hmm. Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that. But for the day to be both up and down, there has to be an up part, right? So, what's been the up lately? Okay, and then what? Huh, yeah, that's sweet. I can see how both of those together can end up being a bit of a mixed bag situation. Yeah, I think it's important what you focus on, but both the parts are still there, though, and seeing them both is probably a good thing. Well, I think positivity is a bit overhyped sometimes. I'm just saying that when true sorrow comes knocking, choose happiness isn't really going to be an option, or at least not a healthy option. Yeah, that's fair. Maybe I got pretty dark, but I sort of feel like you have to do that to make that point. But it's not me trying to join the quote unquote realists. What I mean is negative people claiming realism, but just looking at the negatives is not what realism is, because we live in a world where reality has both ups and downs. Like today, the world has bad and it has good, like you. I meant that purely as a compliment. You're part of the good things. But yeah, I see how you could take that to be that you have both. Because you do, realistically. But in reality, I love you either way with all the things you are. So don't you worry about that. And so should you. It's dangerous to get stuck in the dark, but it can also be a problem to get stuck in the light. Yeah, I did have a somewhat formative experience of those perspectives a long time ago. Well, you know it was long ago because I was your age. Yeah, yeah. Just rub it in. So I was I was walking home late one night. It had been a good one, but lots of impressions to sort of take in after the day. And it was raining slightly. One of those summer rains that will not bother you as long as you don't stay around for too long. True, it can be quite refreshing, again, with different perspectives. So, in the rain, there was a man standing in the streetlight, looking around, and he had the expression of someone who's definitely searching for something and definitely not finding it. Well, as I said, I had a lot on my mind. It's been a good day, though. So I figured, let's go help. So I walked up to him, a younger, more timid version of myself, and asked him if he had maybe lost something. He had lost the worst thing a person can lose: his glasses. Okay, arguably not the worst thing, but it's such a hassle because you need your glasses to find your glasses. You just can't look for them because you can't see, which he was very much experiencing. I know, this poor man, but I was there to help, and I was convinced that since we were looking in the light of a streetlight, me, who actually had my glasses, would find his in 3 minutes flat. We would all be happy. I would be celebrated as his personal hero, and I would go home. Pretty much. I mean, I'm not saying I was unrealistic, given my presumptions, but I did not find them. Eventually, the man himself said, "This is utterly hopeless, and I should just call it a night and go home. But thanks for helping, though." Well, I wasn't really ready to call it a night yet. I mean, I was wet and tired and very much ready to call it a night, but I wasn't ready to give up. Well, I asked him something that the dad version of me has learned to always check in situations like these. Are you sure, like really sure, that you lost them right here by this street light exactly where we have been looking all this time? He said, "Oh, no, no. I actually lost them over there." And he pointed to a thorny hedge a few meters off from where we were, in the dark. Absolutely incredible. And I was flabbergasted, like, ugh, old people, I said internally. I know, the worst, the literal worst. I have a slightly different empathy for him now, let's say that, but Also, he did tell me why. He told me that this way at least there is a chance because without his glasses, underneath the streetlight is the only place where he can see anything. Trust me, at the time, I was so very much done. But I find myself coming back to this experience again and again. You know, when you're just doing the thing so that you can tell yourself that at least I tried, but you're just checking the. Exactly. And this story taught me a lot about different perspectives and being positive and negative, and also what it means to lose your perspective and how hard it can be to see things in a new way. Yeah, glasses can be hard to come by, and especially if you're just looking where the light is and are scared to go to places where you don't know or see or recognize. I think today, like most days, balance is probably going to do you good. Don't get stuck on the bad things, as our brain might be a little bit predisposed to because it wants to find problems so it can work them out. But also, don't get stuck in the good things because that way you might be less able to handle the darkness when you actually have to. Well, no matter how you look at things, I think having someone by your side and especially when you're an old person like me, someone who sees things clearer, can be a huge help. I know you are a huge help for me. Well, thank you. I'm glad to hear that. Well, no matter where life takes you and what you lose, know that I always want to be there for you. Come rain, come shine. Thanks, kiddo. I love you too. And no matter how you look at it, I always will.